Before you go on, I yield to Deputy Chief
a review to see what changes have occurred in the last 10 months.
and some stuff.
I believe it's $194,000 worth of expenses to do
These
that.
guys over here. So they're from the.
Well, it included a $55,000 discount for their purchase of their bonds. They discounted off from the par.
Mark, you got a timer?
Yeah. You got it as well?
I gotta turn off my phone, right, Harry? My phone tends to go on.
Oh, I'll put it back on silent, or noise at that point in time.
I'd like to call our meeting to order and ask that you stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Don't see anyone from our chaplain corps. I will give our invocation tonight then. Dear God, we give you thanks for the beauty of this day and are able to be here tonight to do your work, do the work of our citizens. Please let us use our best judgment, our good faith, and let us listen to all who are going to speak before this council and on this council tonight. Let us remember that 200 and some years ago, we were given these freedoms, and we should never forget that. Amen. Mr. Clerk's made it back from starting the film. So if he'd take the roll call, please.
Councilman Templin.
Present.
Councilman Cisco.
Present.
Councilman DiGiulio.
Here.
Councilwoman Gabarecki has asked to be excused. Councilman Rourke. And Madam Pro Tem McLeod. Here. Mayor Mategas.
Present.
And Treasurer Armstrong also asked to be excused. So we have a quorum, sir.
Thank you. Ask for a motion for approval of tonight's agenda. I'm sorry.
Motion.
I'll support my good friend, Mr.
Councilman
Cisco.
Cisco, supported
appreciate
by
that.
Councilman DiGiulio. Are there any questions, changes, additions, deletions?
I'd like to separate the claims and accounts there, Mayor, if you have no objection.
Without objection from council, we'll have claims and accounts as a separate item. All right, with that change, I'll ask for the vote. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That's carried. Could I have a motion for approval of the minutes for June 14th, please?
Motion.
Motion by
I'll
Councilman Templin.
support my good friend, Mr. Templin.
Please, no remarks from the audience. Councilman. We've had a motion and a second. Is there any discussion by council? Hearing none, I'll ask for the vote. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That's carried. Thank you very much. We go to the organizational business of the city and the city administrator's operational updates, reports, and document submissions, please.
If I may, through the chair, I'd like to yield a few minutes to Deputy Chief Ed Can from the Allen Park Fire Department.
Good evening. Thank you, Mr. Kibbe. I just wanted to say a thank you today to the Allen Park DPS and Water Department. Today we had this morning, as we started our day, as you might know, the highway was closed. We had a large semi-truck fire that was filled with trash from Ontario, and it was compressed due to the nature of the truck, and it was on fire. And we were having a difficult time extinguishing the fire because the load was, in fact, compressed together. We called for DPS, and an equipment operator named Joe came to help us, and he literally put himself in harm's way by moving the flaming debris around and away from the truck, which allowed our firefighters to continue to work and get water on that. So I'd like to thank them. They responded very quickly for us and went out of their way to help us. Later this morning, we had a fire hydrant cause a water main break when we were shuttling water back and forth to the highway. We went through about 5 trucks of water. We called the airport, and we called Taylor Fire to help us as well. And so the water department stepped up and immediately got that fire hydrant back in service. So I'd like to thank Joe, Tom Murray, Matt Doring, and Terry Kerr. Without the water department, the fire department can't put fires out. So thank you very much to them. Also, just a quick update on the fire department. It's been a little while since we've done that. And wanted to let everyone know we're on pace for a record high runs this year of 3,650 runs if we continue on the same pace. And our firefighters are working very hard, so I'd like to acknowledge them for the hard work that they're doing. We recently held quite a bit of training. We've done elevator rescue training at Maple Heights. They were kind enough to allow us to use their facility, so thank you, Roger, and thank you, Maple Heights. We conducted flammable liquids training. Both of those classes were paid for with state fireworks money, so there is some benefit to having the fireworks tents. We also are continuing ongoing medical training. Myself and the chief approved 3 fireworks tents in town, which does take more work than it might appear. We recently passed our annual EMS licensure period, which is done annually. And we did some things with the community. We stood by at Inner City for the fireworks show. We assisted Allen Park Schools and Lindeman Elementary and the young kids with a nice art project there. That we brought a photographer up in the sky, and we had a beautiful portrait made there. And Thursday we'll be at Baker College to help them out with a safety awareness event. So I just wanted to recognize the firefighters, the water department, the DPS department, who have gone out of their way to do an excellent job lately. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief.
If I may yield another couple minutes to Sohail Sebek from CE Rains. Bruce Hammond had a family emergency, so we're here with Sohail directly.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council members. Just a quick update on the projects. They are proceeding very well. The road program is going forward with, thank God, no glitches. We are almost finished with Garfield. We'll be proceeding after that to Niver. Niver, we removed the asphalt from the pavement, and we're starting to remove the concrete pavement to get it ready for replacement. On the sectioning, the contractor is also proceeding successfully with the sectioning plans, and we're doing some water main repairs also in tandem with the roads. As far as the other projects that are taking place, we have, last week, RTAB approved 3 projects, the Watson Pump Station, the Fire Department HVAC, and the Allen Road striping. The contracts have been distributed to the contractors to buy insurance and bonds and to get them signed and returned to the city. Once they come back to us, we'll review the insurance and bonds. If everything is in order, we'll have the contracts signed, and those projects will proceed accordingly. As far as the review of the hotels, we did the review of the revised plans, and we forwarded the comments to them about a week ago. We are awaiting the revised plans to come back before we can proceed with the review. And hopefully the last revisions will secure an approval so they can proceed with the project. That's all I have as far as the project status. With me tonight is Vince Gilani from Fishback Thompson. He's a gentleman that did the inspection on the Reek Road Bridge, and I'd like him to say a couple words about what his findings were and what the condition of the bridge is. And then if you have any questions and answers, we can address those after that. Yes?
Okay. If you would, please.
Hi, my name is Vince Guadani with Fishback Thompson, Carr and Huber. I can't remember the date. A couple months ago, I did the inspections on the 2 city bridges. I brought a few blow-up pictures that were actually included in the inspection report, so it's not new information. The weight limit, usually it's rated by 3 classifications of bridges, single unit, double unit, triple unit, for the different types of trucks, and the ratings are 8, 12, and 16 tons, which is very low. I did not do the load rating, but and was not able to get a hold of the actual load rating calcs. I did look at what was called an assumption and a summary sheet, which basically tells me what I expected. So basically, it's what we call a concrete T-beam bridge. I don't know if you want me to hand these to you when I'm done talking, but.
Wait, just, would you specify which bridge you're talking
Yes,
about at this
this is
moment?
Reek Road over section Kilfoyle.
Okay.
So it's a multiple beam, concrete beam bridge, reinforced concrete. There's deck drains on the bridge, which are these little holes for drainage, and they drain directly on the beams, which isn't supposed to happen. So 4 locations, it looks like this. The beam ends have eroded away, and the reinforcement is rusted and popped out the concrete there. So the load rating, just from what I can tell from the assumption sheet, is based on the condition at these 4 locations. So the shear capacity at these is real low. They rated it based on that. This type of construction is kind of tough to come up with a repair that's going to restore the load rating. So, you know, we were talking with Sohail and Bruce, and it seems the best course of action